Mr. Dane had come out of hiding. The stalker had made one final attempt on her life, and Mac had killed the madman, ending the threat to Bella for good. Now, everything they had ever wanted was falling into place. Bella was also planning on opening a restaurant in the city with one of her best friends, world-famous chef extraordinaire Giovanni Cossi. With the help of Jenna Markham coming on as their pastry chef, Bella Gio would be one of the hottest restaurants in the city. But first, there was the wedding. Mac hadn't been happy about waiting to get married to the petite brunette. If it were up to him, they would have done the deed months ago. He'd all but begged her to elope the very day he had killed Victor and freed her from her past. But Bella wanted a big Christmas wedding, and anything she wanted, Mac gave her. He would move heaven and earth just to make her happy. But he put his foot down at waiting any longer than a few months for the wedding, especially now that they were expecting a baby. They were building a family together. A future. Mac and Bella both exuded a contentment and happiness that few people ever actually achieved. Sometimes, it was almost difficult to be in the same room with them. They easily got lost in their own world, making other people around them feel practically voyeuristic. Tara was happy for them, truly, deeply happy for the love they found together. However, sometimes being around them made the loneliness she felt even more pronounced. She wasn't like most of her friends. She definitely had no idea how to be the type of female most men wanted to be with long-term. Hell, who was she kidding? She didn't know how to be in a real relationship at all. She had tried, really, but every time the subject of commitment came up, she got itchy. Among her friends, Tara was known as a man-eater. Her colleagues had even started calling her T-Rex for that very reason. It was a nickname that amused her most of the time, but no one knew that she secretly wanted the kind of love that Mac and Bella had found. To have a man who loved her as completely as she loved him. A real partner. She knew better, though. Her life was not the stuff of fairy tales, unless it was twisted like some grim fable. She was far from anyone's idea of a princess. And, sadly to say, settling down just didn't seem to be in the cards for her. Still, she was good at being alone. She never lacked for company when she wanted it. The problem was, she never wanted to keep it. Half Japanese and half Italian, Tara's exotic looks guaranteed that she never lacked male attention. Her deep, dark brown eyes held secrets and gave little away as to what she was thinking or feeling. She wore her straight, shoulder-length black hair in a razor cut with unique angles around her face. She had a way of wearing her hair in funky styles, but she managed to make whatever she chose look elegant, most of the time. She was petite, almost delicate-looking, but most people didn't know the lethal strength she held inside her small frame until it was too late. Despite her beautiful features, Tara was a warrior, and she had been since she was 9 years old. Growing up in a volatile home, Tara had learned to protect herself at a very young age. She was an army brat, always moving from base to base when her father had been relocated. Life had been better when he was away on a deployment, since her father had been abusive when he'd been home. Her mother had been no help. She'd been a meek, quiet woman who had lost her will to live years ago. Looking back, Tara had never understood why her mother had stayed with him. She'd always made excuses for her father's behavior, even taking the blame for his actions. Tara had learned to resent her almost as much as her father. She knew that wasn't fair, but it was simply reality. The first few times he'd hit Tara, it had been casual slaps or a backhand. Back then, it seemed like he enjoyed the challenge of her defiance, but she had refused to be like her mother, who let him hit her, then continued.